to this edition of Along the Rock. I'm your host, Nathan Stahr, and with me today I have a returning guest, Dixon City Manager, Danny Langloss. Welcome back to the studio.
Thanks for having me, Nathan.
All right, well, thank you for being here. So I saw that there was a few exciting announcements that came across the last couple of weeks. And the first one I want to talk about is that I saw that the City of Dixon was awarded the Celebrate America grant, which sounds like a great opportunity for community connection. So how will Dixon be planning on celebrating our nation's 250th anniversary?
Big.
Big?
We're going big.
Yeah,
we're going big. Councilman Chris Bishop is the visionary and the leader behind this. Now, we've got a committee that's working together to make it as special as possible, but July 4th, 2026, 250th birthday of our country, we're going to celebrate this with the opening of the bridge that is Project Rock.
Oh, nice.
So we have all kinds of exciting things. And, you know, our partners, Discover Dixon, the Dixon Park District. But from that brand new bridge is going to be this huge American flag hanging down.
Oh, wow.
Flags all across the bridge. I know they're working on several different speakers. They'll be short but engaging. Be some music. You know, it's during our Petunia Festival, so things will already be crazy, but they're going to take this on July 4th, right there at Project Rock, and it's going to be all stars and stripes.
That's amazing. Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And it'll be amazing to see what every town does, but I know Dixon always around the 4th of July with Petunia Festival is always a huge event, so I can just imagine how much bigger this is going to be, you know, with this grant being involved. So that's
well, the
awesome.
cool thing, and you know, the grant's going to help. I mean, these huge American flags are not free, right?
Oh, yeah.
They're not cheap. But there's a lot of different things that'll be done to enhance it. But the thing we're working on right now, actually yesterday we were supposed to go down to the National Guard in Peoria to check out some planes because we're lining up a flyover at this event.
Oh, wow.
And so we qualify for a flyover, and now we're doing some things necessary to get that thing set up and done. So that it's going to be really cool.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. So then also, on top of that, I know that there was a $4.6 million grant that was awarded to the city through the Department of Transportation to help with the Project Rock and the final stages of the riverfront plan. So between the state and the federal grants, Dixon is able to secure quite a bit of funding for this.
Massive.
So what do you think sets Dixon apart that kind of attracts these grants?
Yeah, you know, I don't know that it's about setting apart, but I think for all the communities, it's about having a vision, being committed to a long-term plan, and building on those plans. The Riverfront Master Plan created, I think it was early 2000s, late 1990s, was 4 phases. Yeah. And so the ITEP grants we've won for the pathway along the river were parts of those phases. I mean, phase 1 was Heritage Crossing, right, where the Reagan statue is and all our events. That's phase 1. And now phase 4 is Project Rock with the bridge and all the enhancements to Page Park. So I think it's vision. I think it's the pre-planning. Yeah. I also think it's the partnerships and the relationships. The people of our community, the government who's given these grants, love to see partnership. Because when you see partnership and everybody's on the same page, it says something about the strength of the plan and the ability to bring it to life.
Oh, true. Very true. Wow. So again, we talked a little bit about the collaboration between the Park District, Discover Dixon, and the city itself. How do those partnerships shape what gets done for the residents of Dixon?
So they're so key, you know, and I think back to the days of the silos where the city and the Park District weren't communicating. There weren't relationships with what is now Discover Dixon. You know, you had tourism here and the Riverfront Commission there and Main Street there and Chamber of Main Street Chamber of Commerce over here. And things don't happen in isolation. And all of us have common roles, common goals, right? Things that we're trying to bring to life. And for so long, there was territorialism. Oh, yeah. Right? And there's this fiefdoms. And so really what it takes is people that are willing to reach across the aisle, right? To build relationships, to share common vision, to share what could happen if we work together, to not to let it be about other people and not themselves. And that's how these relationships have formed. And when you talk about the importance of those relationships, when Dwayne Long became the executive director of the Park District, we talked and we had a vision to bring to life a huge splash pad, which is now Water Wonderland.
Which is really cool.
It's amazing. And he goes on a local radio station and he's talking about the vision. And later that afternoon, he gets a call from Tom and Kathy Sherman of Dixon. And their question was, are you serious about this relationship with the city? You know, tell us about your relationship, you and Danny's relationship. And he did, and he shared it. And they gave over $200,000 to bring this project to life because they were so excited to see the partnership or relationship. And that's just one of many stories about how powerful those relationships have been.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because I've noticed that cities that kind of fight, even within, the councils, even those fights between aldermen can, really slow things down.
Hey, culture's king. What we have focused on is building culture. Cultures where people are empowered, where people are working together, where they're supported, where they have the resources, where there's clear vision, right? When you have clear roles and expectations, when the work you do is appreciated, where you're lifted up, where people have your back. That's the difference. When you look at Dixon, that is our game changer. Is that culture. And that isn't just within our city team, that's within all the partners that we have, be it Lee County government or the Park District or Discover Dixon or Sauk College or our school district or the townships. The list goes on and on. And when you focus on culture and people and your purpose and what you're trying to accomplish is more important than anything else, that's things people can rally around.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, and the strength of combining those entities together instead of doing their own thing, when you can do those partnerships and share resources and things along that line and ideas, I think amazing things can happen.
It's huge. One thing I do want to talk about with this $4.6 million grant,
oh, yeah.
There are so many different projects happening in Dixon right now, and because of that, things are in queues, right? And there were 3 different projects we submitted for that grant, and they end up awarding us the gap funding, the difference between what this project is costing us and what we want in the federal grant. And so what that does is lets us look at 2 key projects out in our gateway development. One of those projects is bringing to life Bloody Gulch Park. This extends that pathway. This will make it so that pathway that goes over the new bridge gets all the way out to Gateway, all the way out to where Chipotle and Fairfield and Casey's and the Y Daycare are. So that's huge. But what it also does, it's going to end up creating a retention pond. And eventually people will be able to fish in that pond. But as nice as that is, it frees up additional valuable lots that are currently on the Gateway site now that have to be there for detention. And detention is to slow the water down so we don't have flooding downstream. The other project that's in the queue is widening a Bloody Gulch Road all the way down from the John Deere company, all the way past where Gateway is, to make that 3 lanes to prepare. Nice. I mean, we've got lots of development between more retail, restaurants, housing planned, and so we've got to expand that infrastructure there. So the winning of this $4.6 million grant is going to allow us to put one of those projects farther up in the queue and to bring additional things to life sooner than later.
That's nice. Wow, that's cool. It's a huge thing for the city. I'm imagining you guys were all ecstatic when that got announced.
Christmas and September, right? I mean, this thing got announced. Because we put in for this grant a while ago and just thought, well, maybe they didn't get funded. There's a lot going on. And then when Senator Arellano called me, I think it was on a Tuesday night, to tell me that we had won this grant, we were ecstatic. I mean, we're saying it. We've been saying it for a while. It continues to be true. There's never been a greater time to be in Dixon. And I'm excited about what's happening regionally, from all the work happening on the tollway in the industrial park in Rochelle to the important conversations that are happening in Sterling on their riverfront and some of that vision. And what Rock Falls is working on with the truck stop out by I-88, because we believe we're not in competition with anybody.
Yeah.
When the communities around us do well, that's good for all of us.
Oh yeah,
That helps us all thrive.
Well, the communities are so close that it's so easy to, it's 15 minutes to jump over from Dixon to Rock Falls or Rock Falls to Dixon,
Yeah.
Either way. So I mean, to have those, something good happening in each of these towns, it benefits everybody.
When the region is strong, we are all strong.
Oh yeah. Awesome. Well, Danny, thank you for coming in and coming back and talking to us again today and giving us some updates. And look forward to seeing the next time you come up.
Can't wait.
All right. So we also want to thank our production crew along with our viewers. Remember that the Radar Free Press is free, so we do rely on your likes, comments, shares, and subscriptions to keep us moving. So if you'd like to find out more or view more videos like this, tune in to theradar.online.